If you're the best player and you have great teammates and you have a great coach, you're supposed to win. And they did. But I'm not just saying Jordan's the best player because he won all the championships, so that's further evidence. The statistical record says, every single bit of it says he's the best player and got even better under pressure.
Will you get to your
so he won the
point?
Championship
Lead that to me.
every single year. My man, when we were talking about Mahomes and Lamar Jackson in the previous segment, did you not start out talking Patrick Mahomes and his weapons?
I didn't last as long as you did, number one. And I didn't last as long as you did, number one. And number two, I'm far more interesting. So I can get away with doing that, Max.
Well,
but go ahead.
To you perhaps, we can debate that another time.
That ain't no debate, by the way.
Look,
that ain't no debate, but go ahead.
You're right, it isn't. You're right. About that, we agree. Tom Brady is playing a sport. Tom Brady's playing a sport where the best team does not always win. It's a one-and-done situation. A ref's call can change the whole fortunes of a season. Look at the Saints in recent years. And over 20 years, they go to almost half of all Super Bowls played and win almost a third of all Super Bowls played over 20 years in the NFL. It ain't never going to happen again. It is impossible to do in football, yet they did it. It's the most impressive dynasty.
Well, first of all, my apologies for interrupting because I know there's a slight delay. But I will say this to you. I would ask you questions here, but unfortunately, because of the delay and the fact that you take a year and a day to answer, I won't even bother. What I'll do is say this. You're emphatically wrong, and your own words is what I will use against you. And those words are, you just finished talking about championship. Correct me if I'm wrong, Swagoo, with a simple nod. Last time I checked, the New England Patriots went from 2004 to 2014 without winning a Super Bowl. I'm sorry, that's a 10-year gap with a dynasty, with a championship. That ain't no damn dynasty in my estimation, at least in comparison to what I'm about to bring up with Michael Jordan. Not only did Michael Jordan win 3 straight, but then he retired, came back, and won 3 straight. A legitimate argument could be made. That was the prime of Michael Jordan's career. A legitimate argument could be made that had Michael Jordan, who remember suffered the passing of his father after that three-peat, if Michael Jordan had never retired, Michael Jordan could have won 8 straight. Are we going to definitively say that the Houston Rockets, who had won back-to-back titles in Michael Jordan's absence, that the Houston Rockets beating Orlando, sweeping them, by the way, and beating the New York Knicks in 7 games when John Starks shot 2 for 18 from the field, 1 for 11 from three-point range, and the great Pat Riley, who I love dearly, decided not to play Rolando Blackman and kept John Starks in the damn Game 7? Are we going to sit up here and say that Jordan and Pippen and those Bulls could not have beaten the Houston Rockets? I say they would have. They could have won 8 straight if Jordan had not retired. So I'm looking at the Jordan dynasty as being greater than the New England Patriots dynasty. Max, you can nod your head all you want to, but it ain't your time to speak. It's Swagoo's turn.
I'm glad it ain't Max's time to speak because I don't need Max to speak to agree with Max. You are out of your mind, Stephen A. Smith, if you think a basketball dynasty is better than going to 9 Super Bowls in 20 years and winning 6 of them in the NFL. We've lamented at the fact that you can buy championships in the NBA. Did we not know the Golden State Warriors was going to win a championship when Kevin Durant signed? Didn't Bill Russell win 10 of them? When the Lakers when the Lakers put their team together, did we not know when they got Shaq that they would win a championship? Did we not know that the Miami Heat with Dwayne Wade, when they signed Shaquille O'Neal, would probably win the NBA championship? There is no way in the world you can compare 9 Super Bowl appearances, 6 wins in 20 years to any dynasty in the NBA when we know damn well in the NBA you can buy championships. In the NFL, you cannot.
Well, you can talk about buying all you want to. I don't recall the Bulls buying anything. Pippen was drafted. Jordan was drafted. What are you talking about? I mean, they were there. They didn't buy the championships. And oh, by the way, last time I checked, when you talking dynasty, they did lose 3 Super Bowls. Oh, by the way, they did have a 10-year gap of winning a Super Bowl. A 10-year gap.
Let's talk about that 10-year
gap. Not 2 years, not 3 years. 10-year gap. Go ahead.
Let's talk about that 10-year gap, where they won double digits every single year, where they had a 16-0 season and lost on the last play of the Super Bowl to the Giants, and then lost to them a couple of years later in 2007, 2011. Their dry period of 04 to 14 would be the glory years of most other franchises. That's what you want to point to discount it, and then you talk about the Bulls. They woulda. Of course, if Jordan hadn't retired, they would have won those 2. But he did retire. That counts. What they did is what happened, brother.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.